Hello, Mike Hankins. It is Monday, MLK Day, just before noon. I'm actually outside and doing things and wide awake. Getting to hike today in nature, and it's wonderful. It also made me think a little bit about assumptions. Now, after watching that last video, there's a lot of assumptions you can make about me. Like how huge a nerd I am, how I have no life. Maybe I should be filling my head with, medical knowledge and not Star Wars things because that's what I'm in school for. Like how huge a nerd I am. But the truth is, none of those things exclude the other, and those are all big assumptions we make that we may not even be aware of. Making assumptions is a great tool that your brain uses to help you think. It's something that is innate and part of how we make correlations in our mind. One of the most primitive ways we do that is with smell. If we have eaten something bad and then smell it again, we have a bad reaction to it. That's an assumption that's a little more subconscious, but our conscious mind makes those subconsciously. I don't know if I'm talking about that right. We definitely make a lot of assumptions without realizing we're making them. I spent several years in a recruiting office, and one of the things that I learned was how many assumptions I made in a normal conversation. I went to my boss and said, "Oh, here's someone who's great for this leadership business organizational position because they ran a business before." Really, they ran a business? Yeah, for like 7 years. So, obviously they have experience. What happened to their business? Did it go bankrupt? Was it profitable? Did they sell it? What happened? I have no idea. I just thought it went well. Because why else would you put it on your resume? Turns out it went bankrupt. Maybe not the best experience to put on your resume to say, I know how to run a business. Know how to run it into the ground. There's a psychological effect we studied in my Intro to Psych class that's called this. Whatever this is. I don't have it. This. And it says that we make assumptions about who's at fault in any situation. If something happens to me, it is someone else's fault, or the universe, or something else out there. If something happens to you, it's your fault. It's something you did. You made that happen to yourself. You. This effect has been studied over and over again and is well documented and is a very natural thing. Perfect examples is you're driving in traffic and someone cuts you off. You assume bad things about them. They cut you off, their fault, they're a bad driver. You're running late to work. You cut someone off and you think, oh, well, I'm late to work and I really didn't mean to be mean like that, but I had to do that because I'm late to work. You get in a wreck, that other person's fault. They get in a wreck, it's their fault, they're a bad driver. So lots of examples is the way to fight through this and to think through this is with empathy. The reason that we make those assumptions is because we see those people as other, some kind of categorically other. But if we can relate to people, if we can empathize with them, if we can try to see things from their perspective, as 70s cartoonish and Sesame Street as that sounds, that's when you can start to think through the assumptions you're making about the situation and actually think about the situation without those getting in the way. I happen to think being able to think through things and be aware of the assumptions you're making helps you tremendously in life see what's happening to you with more clarity. Like having the sun in your face so you're lit in the video. So hopefully that brings some clarity to you. I'm going to keep hiking in this beautiful day that I have, and I will see you later.